Hi friends, so today our essential question is what types of leads are most likely to hook a reader? So you may have talked about leads or hooks whenever you were writing last year, but we're going to dive a little more into them right now. All right, I'm going to show you a text. It's going to help us. All right, let me see if I can get a little less blurry. The title of this is called Road Trip. There we go. Boom! Ka-dunk! 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 Dad, what was that? I stammered as the palms of my hands slowly slid down my face to reveal that we had hit. All I could see was the pitch-black sky with a sliver of bright white moon. The giant pine trees were still flying by as our long brown station wagon continued down the dark road. Ka-dunk! 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 Dad, what is that noise? I cried. Our car was wobbling back and forth, causing us to jerk left and right. I could feel the worry rise up the back and tingle in the back of my neck. What was that weird noise? Why wouldn't Dad answer me? A few seconds later, which felt like an hour, Dad finally answered me. Well, sweetie, I think we might have just blown a tire. I'm going to try to find a safe place off to the side of the road here to check and see what's going on, Dad replied, sounding a little unsure. The loud noise and constant bumpiness continued to make me nervous. I watched out the front windshield from the back seat as our headlights guided us down the gloomy black asphalt. The car coasted off to the side of the road, and I could feel us come to a halt. Click! I undid my seatbelt and began to peer out each window of the car. I stared with my eyes wide open into the right at complete darkness. Or blackness. You stay in the car, okay? There's not much to see out here. And it's dangerous on the side of the road like this. It's best for you to stay put. If that's the tire, this shouldn't take long, all right? Dad instructed. I just nodded my head because I was too afraid to go there anyway. He grabbed a flashlight and went out to the driver's side door. Slam! My heart jumped as he shut the car door. I was sitting in the back seat trying to see my dad over the front seats. I could only make out the arch of his back through the headlights as he bent over the front tire. Then he was gone. I sat up higher and looked around. Dad? I whispered. My eyes were darting all around the car. Where'd he go? My heart began beating faster and faster. I could hear noises like bumping and rustling, and I could even feel the car shaking a bit. Creak! The driver's side door opened, and I jumped a mile high. Whoa, sweetie, it's just me. The tire is changed. Let's get back on the road, said Dad. Yeah, I've just been waiting on you, I said with a shaky voice and grin. Today I want to really focus on the first couple sentences of our stories. Authors call this a lead. Authors spend a lot of time writing their lead. Why is it important to write a good lead for our story? Let's talk about how the author started this story. I'm going to read the first few sentences. Boom! Ka-dunk! 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 Dad, what was that? I stammered as the palms of my hands slowly slid down my face to reveal what we had hit. So we saw how the author began their story with a sound or an onomatopoeia, which is a word that sounds like it's said. So starting the story with a sound that has something to do with the story you're about to tell is interesting and makes readers want to continue. So we're going to go ahead and look at our anchor chart. If you want to pause and pull yours up in another tab, you can, so you can follow along with me. But I'm going to go ahead. So one type, this anchor chart says writing a lead that hooks readers. How will you start your story? So one type that we can say is sound. Now let's think of some of those examples. We have pop, splash, drip, bang, meow, tick-tock, crash, two. And I want you to come up with maybe one or two more. So come up with one or two more and put that on your anchor chart. But those are some ways that we can start our story. What if all stories started with a sound? Would that be interesting? Probably not. We need more than one type of lead for our stories to get boring. Another way that an author can start a story is with a question. For example, if I'm writing a story about feeding the giraffe, I could start with, have you ever wondered what a giraffe's tongue feels like? After my trip to the zoo, I will never have to wonder again. That's an interesting question. Readers are going to want to know more. We're going to continue to work on our anchor chart. We're going to put question right here. So think of some questions that you could ask at the beginning of your story. I'm going to go ahead and fill mine in real quick. Alright, so I filled mine in. My question is, have you ever wondered what a giraffe's tongue feels like? After my trip to the zoo, I will never have to wonder again. So what I want you to do today is I want you to take that seed story that you completed, and I want you to write either a sound or a question lead into that. Write a couple so we have enough to choose from, and you don't want to limit yourself. So make sure you write a couple, and then we're going to look back at those. Once you have about 3 or 4, I want you to free write in your masterpiece section, and all of this can be done in your masterpiece section, which is your 3rd section in your notebook, I believe. Let me double check. So I take that back. I want you to write your leads in your masterpiece section, which starts on slide 19, and I want you to write your free writing on slide 30, okay? So remember, you can just click these tabs and it takes you to those, and you can just find the next one. It is that simple. So what I want you to do is I want you to fill out these two. Remember, a sound and a question. Then I want you to go to your masterpiece and do 3 or 4 leads into your story. And then I want you to go to your drafts, and I want you to free write until the end of writing, okay? So, if you have any questions, just like always, let me know. I cannot wait to see or read your leads. I know they're going to be so great. Bye, guys.